Yes, guys. I do hope you're all well. Whew, Monday morning. Wow. This is going to be the start of an amazing week. You have to think that. You have to realize that. And what I'm about to tell you, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I really am. But what I'm about to tell you, if actors listened, took action, this would be the thing that really took you towards a success that you both deserve and require. So, let me know if you're on. Say hello. Good morning. How are we? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all fired up. It's Monday. It's time to go. It's time to work on your acting business, actors. Okay? And notice how I said acting business. That should be a massive clue over what I'm going to talk about. Hello, Emmanuel. How are you? Who else is on? Let me hear from you. It'd be great for you to pop up, say hello, let me know that you're on, let me know that you are listening. So, who's fired up this morning? Who's ready? Who is fired up to make a real success of your career, your business this morning for this week? Morning, Rail Gral. How are you? I'm well, thank you, Kevin Stevenson. Thank you for joining us. Right, let's get into the content. So, I sound like a broken record sometimes, okay? But I don't always see, while I'm out and about in the acting community, a real focus in the area that most actors should focus. All right, let me give you a tip. As much as you feel like you want to get ahead of the competition by going to acting class after acting class, by reading acting book after acting book, you should also be reading just as much on business, on how to be a successful business. You should be going to just as many webinars, classes, whatever, but reading books on business. Now, at MZA, obviously my organization, we do just as much work on the business of acting as we do on the special methods of acting, particularly the Trinity acting method, that is our own, very own acting method. All right. So you need to genuinely start to think of yourself as a business. Okay. An acting business. You, in your own name, are a brand, a business, and you need to learn all about that. Okay. So many actors, I will say, look, what do you know about your business? How do you know how to market your brand, your business? And most people just do not know. Successful actors become a brand. Okay. They genuinely use agencies to promote that brand around social media marketing, around PR exercises. All right. They are incredibly clever. Now, the problem is people become established actors and then they will have a whole team of people to do this for them. Now, that's why there's so many emerging actors that want to be established actors and so very few established actors. Okay. Now, established actors get there sometimes unwittingly or sometimes very smartly by creating a brand, by creating a business. Okay. But so many actors just don't make a full-time living out of this industry, don't effectively, they don't market the brand. And the thing is as well, it's easier to market your brand, your business than ever before. It's so easy. Everything is disposal at your fingertips in order to be able to do that. Okay. You can genuinely now market your brand, your business so easily. You've got all of the information at your fingertips at your fingertips to be able to learn about business. Hi, Adam. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. All right. You can genuinely learn business, how to market brands so simply. You can listen to audio books. You can listen to, you can read books on order. There's just so much out there. Actors, the second you start to do this, the second you start to create a brand around yourself, the second you start to market your business, what else do you create? You create value, massive perceived value. Because, by the way, a brand is perceived value. Okay? Let me give you an example. So, a pair of trainers that you maybe pick up from um, kind of supermarket where they have clothes and bits and that. So you pick up a pair of trainers. Their perceived value is incredibly low. Okay, their perceived value is incredibly low, but you pick up a pair of Nike trainers, and the perceived value of Nike trainers is incredibly high. All right. Now, when you actually start to take apart a pair of supermarket bought trainers and a pair of Nike trainers, you will see that in terms of real value, i.e., the value of the materials, the leather, the rubber, all of that stuff is exactly the same. What actually makes the difference is the brand. Now, actors have to realize that brand is huge value, huge value. Okay. Now, if you think of it, let's bring this over to actors. So you've got two actors, both can act, both can do a job if they're called upon to play a role. But the producer wants maximum value from that actor because they're paying out lots of money to be able to make this film. They're going to be paying lots of money. They want maximum value for their book. If you've created maximum value through your brand, like Nike does, even though the actual product is exactly the same, then you are in a winning position. Does that make sense? This is why all of this is so important. Okay? You just maybe see cool actors that kind of do a job, but you go and watch that cool actor do that job. All right? They could use another cool actor that does a really cool version of that character or what have you. But the fact is you buy into that brand and don't be fooled. You know, Tom Hardy is a brand. Okay? Jack Nicholson is a brand. You have to really genuinely understand this. All right. I know I sound like a broken record. So the next book that you pick up needs to be on branding, business, marketing. And that is how you can get ahead of the rest. Okay. You genuinely need to do this. Whew, right. I hope I've sold this. It's Monday morning. This is big. This is a real big one. Emmanuel says, I feel as if I'm starting to understand the business side of this industry. However, I still have a lot to learn. Keep thinking that. Listen. The second you feel like you know it all, you're not growing. You're not learning. Okay. I still tell myself I've still got so much to learn. That's why I'm constantly reading. That's why I'm constantly learning. That's why I'm constantly growing. The second you think you know it all is the second that you start to get behind. You know, I get actors that come to me and they're like, right, you know, what can you tell me? What can you know? And it's like, you're not going to do very well because you are not, you're not going to grow. You're not going to go anywhere from here. So I hope that makes sense. Please take this on board. It's so important. Hi, Santosh. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for constantly watching my content. You're an absolute legend. So Emmanuel says Dwayne Johnson is a brand. Will Smith is a brand. That's why they're so big. Exactly. Now we get it. So Just a few things. Make sure you go on my link tree. There you've got access to my courses on Udemy. There you've got access to all my other free content, TikTok, all of this, where you get free acting advice. As well as that, I'm opening a class in London. So if you're London or surrounding based, make sure as soon as possible you join the waiting list. Go to mzacting.com, go to group classes, and make sure that you genuinely apply. Vinny says, seen so many good actors go nowhere as opposed to someone who can't really act but has got a strong grounding in the industry as a brand. Do you know what? Do you know what? You get to a certain level, Vinny, and that's perfectly true. But you get to a certain level where everybody can act. Everyone can do a job on camera. Most people with a good director can be directed to produce a performance. All right, it's the brand and the value that they're able to offer against the money that they get paid. And the one thing I say to actors is whatever you're doing now, if you're doing short films, if you kind of getting the odd commercial, that is your value. That's You get what your value is worth. If you want to get bigger jobs and bigger jobs, you've got to raise your value. How are you going to do that? The quickest and easiest way is through business and branding and marketing in 2022. Now, this is very different from 10, 15, 20 years ago, but you have to move with the times. All right. You genuinely do, all of the time. As well as that, guys, if you do want to learn about business, branding, marketing, I actually mentor a select group of clients. Now, I've actually got 2 spaces available to be mentored personally by me. And not just that. And by the way, we have massive success when we work on this, the acting, the mindset, but specifically the business and marketing brand. I've got 2 spaces available. But as well as that, I've got a special offer on in October, and that's just £150 for the whole month, would you believe, to be coached daily by me. So if you want to be one of those 2 lucky individuals, you must get in touch ASAP, because believe me, those 2 places will be gone in no time. All right. Literally, I can't perceive that by the end of the day, those 2 places won't be gone. So make sure that you literally DM me or email matt@mzacting.com like now. Okay. Much love, everyone. Have an amazing day. Make sure you make the absolute most of it. And your next book must be a business book. Okay. Genuine.